You don't need to read the first one in order to do the second one. Which one do you want to hear today?
That one. The first one. The second one.
I'm the author. And then I also drew the pictures. It's another day in the city for Scruffy and the egg. They stroll along in search of a family and a home. My name is Angela Sanchez. During my last 2 years of high school, right at the onset of the recession, my father and I were evicted from our home in Glendale. It was the only home I had ever known for all 16 years of my life. We motel hopped, we crashed in cold winter shelters, and eventually wound up in a family shelter. This is an egg. Jeep! I also do all the voices. At this time, I wanted to be as normal as possible. I wanted to have a separate identity, one that wasn't weighed with the stress of being homeless every day. So while me and my dad were living in an apartment in Glendale, there was a stray neighborhood dog, and we dubbed it Scruffy. Then when we were evicted, my dad kind of joked that, well, think of it like, like we're now living the experience of the Scruffy dog. Eventually we began to tell stories about Scruffy, this stray dog that was looking for a home. With a loud cheep, the egg cries, "I'm hungry!" Does Scruffy look pleased with the eggs whining? No. And I go, okay, wait, if you're Scruffy, what does that make me? My dad said, well, I guess you're an egg. I go, an egg? How do you get an egg into the story? What would you do if you saw a giant egg sitting at your chair?
I would throw it. I'd probably eat it.
You would probably try to eat it? So my dad framed this story as us being on an adventure. For me and my dad, it gave us a point of wrapping our narrative into the comfort of a story. So for parents with younger kids, this is a way to talk to a child very gently about the difficulties of your day-to-day situation. Has it ever been hard for you to get to school?
Yeah.
The bench is hard and cold. It's difficult to get a good night's rest. Yeah, is it hard to focus when you're really tired?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The very first audience, the primary audience of this book, are families who are experiencing homelessness. Because it's meant to acknowledge that there are these very, very hard and difficult situations that people live in. Let's see what the egg does. I'm so glad you told me, she says. Our school has ways to help you. When I was homeless, I wish I had told more teachers that I was homeless. Then they could have helped me more. If you are able to see yourself in there, that means that you aren't being left out of the conversation, or that you aren't forgotten, or that we're trying to gloss over the harsh reality of it. It's meant to help build empathy. I'm ready for the next adventure, chirps the egg. And I'll be there, promises Scruffy. The end.